so this is what we call an audiogram. This is like a piano. Low pitches to high pitches, soft sounds to loud sounds. The X's are the left ear, and the circles are the right ear. And in this gray box right here, we have is what we consider normal hearing. And you are outside of normal hearing. How difficult is it in noisy situations for you?
It's sometimes hard in noisy situations.
Okay.
Phil has a lot of problems being able to hear things, so I made him come here today.
Okay. Yeah. Did you want to be here today?
No.
What can you tell me more about what kind of situations and a little bit of more background?
Well, I don't think my hearing loss is bad, but to everyone else it's annoying. I would probably have to guess Phyllis.
Okay, how are you in social situations and, with family and stuff, and with them at, like, at parties and restaurants?
Well, I can hear them, but I can't understand what they're saying all the time. It sounds like they're mumbling, especially if they're female or children's voices.
And since he's been struggling with his hearing so much, he's less likely to be involved in social activities, and I think that's making him more depressed.
This is true, Mr. Smith.
I suppose so. I get really aggravated when I'm at a restaurant because there is so much background noise that I can't even enjoy the conversations. That's why I don't bother going much anymore.
I understand your frustration, and I have normal hearing, and sometimes I even struggle with background noise as well. Did you ever try hearing aids, or would you be, because you are a candidate?
I haven't tried them, but I guess I could give it a go.
Okay. I know it's frustrating, and there's kind of like a stigma with it. People that have hearing loss, that wear hearing aids, people think that's like a disability. So it's more important though to be able to hear and socialize, and I don't want you to be happy and live a comfortable life. I don't want you to live unhappy as well. And the stigma that people have is, I know it's a negative thing, but when you notice that difference, you can hear better and you're more sociable. That's when you'll enjoy a better life. And I always tell my patients, when you do wear them, don't tell your friends or family, because see if they notice a difference.
Okay.
And also, when you do wear hearing aids, people have this unrealistic expectation of your hearing is going to be 100% right where it was back when you were like 16, and you're going to hear everything perfectly, and it's an adjustment period. So you have 30 days to try it out, and in that 30 days, I want to see you once a week so we can make adjustments. You can come back, tell me what you like, what you don't like, if it's too noisy, if it sounds too hollow, like you're in a tunnel, and that way we can make those adjustments right for you. So with the trial period, it's 30 days, and if you're not satisfied within that 30 days, you can come back, get your money back guaranteed. And we also have I know some people have vanity issues, so nowadays they're really small, you can barely see them. And yeah, so any questions?
We don't have a lot of money. If we decide to keep these after the trial period, how are we able to pay for these?
We have a payment plan of 18 months, no interest. So if that interests you, we can. And also, like I said, in 30 days, if you don't like them, you get all your money back.
Okay, I say let's go with the child and see where we go from there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Thank you very much.
All right.
So our went off a little bit off script because we did this, so I try to improvise.
That's
Sorry,
okay.
I didn't,
Good.
Catch your cues.
So that's good. I know, I kept forgetting. I was like, oops. Alright. I have questions for you guys. How would you go about a situation where the patient doesn't want to go through with therapy or health plan? Have you ever been in that situation?
I know for nursing, we have to recommend, and if they, don't want it, we just have to give them, okay, this is why we would do it, but, they get the final say, so, we can't go through with something if they don't want to do it, ultimately.
For us, we tell them, wear hearing aids at least 8 hours a day for the first, 2 weeks, because it's so a different way of hearing. but for us, we have a little computer chip in the hearing aid so we can monitor, we can see if they're lying or not. They say, oh, I work for 8 hours and they only work for 2, so we got that. But also, yeah, just trying to keep it, you know, consistent in wearing them and cleaning them. So sometimes it's hard to, there's some people that just don't want to do it. And then they get frustrated and they don't see the results, and it's like it's not an overnight thing. Your brain has to get used to it and accustom to it. So.
Do you tell them that that's in there and you're gonna
Oh, we
check
don't
back
tell
with
them until they come back and they say, oh, well, it looks like here you have not been. And then they go, oh. So, did you guys ever have any like people faking their symptoms? I know sometimes we have malingers like because they want disability, so they'll fake a hearing loss, and it's really hard to fake a hearing loss because we have a lot of objective testing as well that can tell us.
Yeah, malingers happen in PT. I think it's more common with low back pain. I think that's a big one for one to fake. Yeah, fake is probably the correct word to use. And so we've been taught a couple tests to kind of rule those people in and out, like to see if it's truly low back pain or if not. Because then, I mean, same with like probably doctors, they like think it's low back pain, we send them to us, and then we have to rule in or out that, and then, because sometimes patients just want medicine, and physical therapy is harder than medicine.
Yeah, we see a lot of it too with like right after car accidents as well, like with lash and stuff. Or people coming to us because they think we can give drugs and we can't. Yeah, that's how it is for nursing too. If they tell you that they have a 10 out of 10 pain and they're like, their blood pressure's fine and they're just like calm, but like they don't look like they have pain, you still have to report that they have pain. So.
And like, of course, I went really fast with the hearing test. It's not that quick. We do like a lot of cross-checking. We can check for people that are faking. Like, I'll do the speech and I'll see how soft they can hear my voice. I'll keep lowering it and have them repeat it back. And then when you do the pure tones, you can tell because they'll be like at 80 decibels and their speech was at like 10 decibels, and they'll be like, they get really like animated too with their. Like I had a couple of malingers where they just get really animated, like, oh, I can't hear this, and like you could just tell after a while. But yeah, we have a lot of cross-checking too.
I have a question kind of on that. What about kids with like ADHD and things who may just not be paying attention and stuff, and so while you're talking, they just zone out and don't hear what you said. It's not necessarily hearing loss. What do you guys do to kind of rule that out?
Yeah, a lot of times we'll, like we have this thing called otoacoustic emissions too. It's objective testing, and we have them sit there and it puts a tone in their ear, and there's like pretty much just like a reflection of the sound in your cochlea, the inner ear, and it comes back out and it measures how well the hair cells in the cochlea are moving. So that kind of gives us like a estimation about how it can rule out like a mild to moderate hearing loss. So if that comes back normal, or if it's referred, usually we do the screening. We also have auditory brainstem response testing where you put electrodes on the head and ears, and that can also see the pathway of hearing, and there's like waves that we'll record, and then we can see if there's like a slow, we can find their threshold pretty much. We know it's not like an actual test of hearing, we can see where about they can hear. So we can do that too if people have really severe disabilities. But kids with ADHD, it's just a lot of like re-instruction and reminding them, hey, like, press that button only when you hear the beep. And we also have different, for like little kids, it's like VRA, it's called video reinforcement audiometry, and they'll sit in the middle of the booth and there's like 2 speakers, and we'll play like noises or our voices, and we condition them to turn, and then we play like a little light or something to condition them to turn which way they hear the sound. And we also have play audiometry, which is for a little bit older kids. Like we'll put the headphones on them and be like, okay, every time you hear the sound, throw the ball in the bucket or something. So keeps them, because like little kids can't sit there and like beep beep, so gets them more interactive. Anything else?
Did you do tympanometry also?
Oh yeah, tympanometry. Yeah, that is a test. The first one where I put the probe in and put a little bit of pressure. That just put some pressure in and out, and it moves the eardrum, so it sees if there's fluid. If there was fluid, it wouldn't move as much, and we can tell by the numbers. And then if there was a perforation, like a hole, it would be like a huge volume. So, you'd also see that in otoscopy, but it also can determine that. So if there's negative pressure of a eustachian tube dysfunction, they can also see that as well.
Can you use that like for middle ear infection? Can you get a sense?
Yeah,
in
like
otoscopy
yeah.
or in tympanometry? You can get a sense for.
Usually, if there's like fluid, it will just be like a flat line. It wouldn't be like the peak, and then we could tell. And then that's when we refer.
So as far as something like a hospital setting, how would you come into play? Would a nurse call you and say, my patient's having trouble hearing, or are you there to assess if, like, someone mentioned a car accident, like maybe something happened, are you there?
Yeah. I was in a ENT hospital setting my spring semester, and it was like in the hospital was part of the ENT, so we'll get referrals from the physicians, you know, bring them down. Like we do a lot of phototoxic monitoring for people that are in chemotherapy. They'll come down and keep monitoring their hearing because a lot of those ototoxic or medications can really affect their hearing. Even like people with car accidents or stuff, like they'll have a head injury, they'll get referred to us. So it's always more like outpatient.
And then all the newborns, right?
Oh yeah, and we screen newborns as well, like the day 2 of when they're alive, before they even leave the hospital. It's like mandated now to do it, so we'll screen them first with the OAEs, the otoacoustic emissions, and then if they refer for that, we'll do the ABR, and it just records the brain waves and see if the pathway of hearing is working well. So it's not a true test of hearing, but it gives us an idea of whereabout they are. And parents, we always say if you do have concerns later on when they're older and they can actually turn their head or throw the ball in the bucket, then they can come back and we'll do a true test of hearing.
Sonia, Brittany, Disha, have you had to do otoscopy yet?
Yeah.
Maybe another time we can take a look at the video otoscope. But I remember the last time we were in this class that we did something with the video otoscope where you get to actually see it up on a monitor. Ends up being pretty helpful. Oh, okay, great. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to steal your thunder.
Oh no, that's the simulation, so that's fine. But yeah, the video
Yeah.
scope, we can actually you can look inside your ear on this TV, so it's pretty cool.
That'll be good. All right, great. Thank you. Hey, we got through everybody.